Hey y'all, it's me V, the CPA Scholar, dropping in for a quick chat because before I say this, hopefully this video finds you loved, happy, and blessed. Baby, I was in shock. I was looking around these internet streets, these YouTube streets, only to see that Myrla was on Kendra G trying to find a man. I was shocked. I was perturbed. Myrla, what is you doing? What are you doing? She's beautiful. She's basically, she paid. I know she probably made way more than me. She's when they did the Kendra cam, she stood up. She looked good, but I'm like, what are you doing on Kendra G? And I don't know if you know who Kendra G is, but she's kind of want to call her like a Kevin Samuels because she probably was doing the platform way before that, and she's all over the world. But she is someone that does a single dating show where you go on there and you get on the link and you go basically tell all about yourself, how old you are, how many kids you have, what you're looking for. And she gets really sassy at times, but she pretty much reads you for filth a little bit low key. But she goes through trying to figure out what you want, and a lot of the people on there end up being delusional. But my favorite thing is when the people come back, because apparently it works, because she puts out your social media when you go on there. And people will come back and tell stories about what happened when they met the person, or they'll come back around to try to find a man again. And they have all types of passport bros, single mothers, preferences all up and through. She loved to bring a preference on there. But it's like the Jerry Springer of singles dating chat shows. And one day I was like, man, I should take my behind on there just to see. I said, they would rip me to shreds. Because if you don't know, if you've never experienced Kevin Samuels chat, hers is 50 times worse. They're always putting tomato emojis. Everything is a red flag. Nobody's good enough. You're a horrible person if you're single. If you make money, they don't care. But if you don't make money, you're broke. If you got kids, you need to go find your baby dad. They go crazy on there. So what Myrla was doing on there, and then she knew what to do when she told her to stand up for the Kendra cam, it means that she watches this show. So she went through and she was talking to Kendra, and Kendra got sassy a little bit because she said she wanted a God-fearing man. And she was like, well, do you go to church? He said, I go to church virtually. Do you know any people that are God-fearing? What does it mean to you? She's like, yeah, I know God-fearing. None of those men were available. None of those men were an option. Oh, they all married, because she was trying to get her, because she finds a way to make whatever you're saying sound delusional. But then they started telling her in the chat that Myrla was from Married at First Sight. And if you don't know, she was on Married at First Sight, and she was married to this dude named Gil. And you guys love Gil, boy. You guys love Gil. Savannah, he's a good man, Savannah. The desperation comes out when people go up for Gil, because Myrla had it going on. She had her money together. Yes, she was spoiled, but he was mad because he wanted her to lower how she spent her money, because he made way less and all his money was in Colombia or wherever with his mama. And then she also didn't like him because he was bald and she didn't want a bald man. But apparently they smashed. They moved in together. There was issues with paying the rent. He couldn't come up with his half. He moved off into the sunset. And since Married at First Sight is mostly watched by women, apparently you ladies have been sending him stuff in his P.O. box. His DMs are blown up. And I'm sorry, y'all. To me, I did not like Gil. I felt like he tried to tear her down and humble her. And the thing I can't stand the most is a man that tried to humble a woman because he's not on her level. Either get on her level or go about your business. But either way, she wanted a divorce. He didn't want the divorce. They got divorced anyway. And she's been a super villain ever since. You guys say she's bougie, she's nasty. I think she has standards. She has standards, and I know y'all hate for women to have standards. Y'all hate it. Y'all hate it. Y'all hate it. No matter how much you guys say, uplift women, they're great. I am woman here, she were. As soon as she has standards, you guys get upset, and the women go harder than anybody, and y'all will go hard for Dusty. Y'all will go hard. But either way, she went on there, and I guess she couldn't find a man, so she went on Kendra G. And like I said, I have no idea what she was doing there. They had a nice little discussion. She put out her social media. She even repeated what I said. Married at First Sight is mostly watched by women, so if they see Gil and he's a eligible bachelor, yeah, they're gonna go up for him because the men are supposedly scarce, the scarcity mindset. Everybody's desperate for a man, and they say hey, it's a good man, so we stop down on that man and be happy. A piece of man is better than no man. Believe me, in my above 40 years, yes, and in my above 40 years, I have learned my lesson a couple times. Having a piece of man or sharing a man is not where it's at. Whether you knew you were sharing that man or not, since y'all claim everybody is sharing a man or having community peen is not where it's at. It's not hitting. It's dangerous for your life. It's dangerous for your emotions. It's just not good. So either way, the other person that went for Gil, since y'all love Gil so much, was Dom on this new season. I think production told her to go get that man. She claimed that she didn't want to be with Mac because he was long distance, and then went to go try to get Gil, who I believe is in Texas, as a firefighter. Dom, if Mac barely had the place to stay and you was upset, and Gil they broke up because he didn't want to come up with his half of the rent, allegedly, bad move twice. But either way, I go up for Myrla. I don't care who's mad. Gil is cool. I mean, he looked decent or whatever, but we wouldn't get along because he always tearing down people. But I'm sure his DM is chock full of you ladies that want him the same way you guys like Blake. Ugh, nasty. From Ready to Love and his 50 kids while he's telling women not to have any children. But y'all can have all these men. You could tell it's dry out here. It's parched. Thirsty. Y'all are thirsty. But I'm not in that mix. I'm not doing it. But either way, I know that let me calm down because I get real riled about it. Oh, Steve. Don't get me started about Steve and living in his van. But anyways, Married at First Sight, I see you. But either way, y'all go up for these dudes, even though it's dead giveaways that something is wrong. But I just wanted to come on and chat about Myrla actually going on Kendra G, the ratchet Jerry Springer of dating shows. And like I said, I drop in every once in a while to watch it. But when I see those comments, I wouldn't dare take my pretty ass on there to go get tore up because people want to feel good tearing people down. With that being said, quick chat. Love who loves you. May God bless you with everything that you need. Let me know what you think about Myrla going on Kendra G. And the Sepia Scholar is out. Bye, y'all.